Hey y'all, hey, this is Car Chronicles. This one is going to be a little bit different. It's very sensitive and maybe a little graphic. Please stop to listen, at least, especially if you are located in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, PG County, and Harford County, and possibly Washington, D.C., especially if you are a pet owner or if you have some family or friends that had a pet that may have passed within the last 7 or 8 months. So I'm going to probably have to do a part 2 of this story, but I just want to start off to bring awareness to it. I'm going to also be inserting some pictures, and then I will tag the news stations below who have covered this story so far. So on February the 4th, my miniature poodle passed away. If you know or if you don't know, my mom is sick, so it became her service dog, her comfort dog. So we had him for 17 years, and basically he was in her custody. While she was in the hospital recovering from a serious surgery, he passed away on February the 4th. I reached out to the company Loving Care Pets Cremation and Funeral Services that's supposedly located in Catonsville, Maryland, and owned by Mr. Rodney Orlando Ward. He went to go pick up the dog. He was very professional at first. He kept me abreast of every step of the way. He actually set up and sent me a picture of Blackie before he supposedly cremated him to bring his ashes back. That was on that Tuesday. I was able to travel from PG to Baltimore County to meet him on that Friday morning so that he could present the ashes to my mother while she was in the rehabilitation center. So we got the certificate, we got a frame with his picture and what was supposedly ashes in the back of the frame. We also got bookmarks, a paw print, and some other things. And he had told me he was going to charge me $150, and it was usually $175, but due to the circumstances and him being a service dog, he was going to give a discount. However, because he seemed like he was, on point with everything and keeping us abreast and not a pressing issue, people had started to donate money to me. So I decided to pay it forward and just give him the $175, which was the price. And I'm going to insert the receipt of me sending him the money. Unfortunately, the end of March, 7 unalived animals were found in West Baltimore. One of them, I believe, had just given birth to puppies. So the guy contacted this company, and he, reached out to him, and he did the same thing. Like, I'm going to come pick up your pet, cremate him, and have his ashes back to you in 24 hours. Well, animal control ended up contacting this guy because he did have his dog chipped. Our dog was chipped as well. And told him, hey, I don't know if your dog is missing, but we found him unalived. And so the guy was like, no, I called this company. They're supposed to come they came to pick him up. Like, what's going on? That prompted another investigation. Well, Mr. Rodney Orlando Ward decided that he was going to make a make-believe person and blamed it on them and said, hey, I hired a worker to travel these unalived animals to Hyattsville, Maryland, and PG County to a place called Chambers, which Chambers in Hyattsville is permanently closed. That prompted another investigation where there was a search warrant issued to search his house on this past Wednesday. Upon searching his house and finding a hearse in his backyard, inside of the hearse were 39 unalived animals. I don't know how this man did this. I don't know why he did this. How dare you do this? But to pets are people's family. We love our dog. Other people love their animals. And I want to bring awareness to this situation because you could potentially be a victim or know somebody. It goes back so far as we believe to November of 2024. There is a place called Bark that's located in Baltimore that have the remains of the unalived animals that have not been claimed. If your animal was chipped, that would be helpful as well. I am working with some great people on this. I know that Charm City Crematory is offering to cremate the unalived remains of those of us who can find our loved one, our animal. And there will be a candlelight visual. I believe that will be held May 10th. I want to get this awareness out there. I'm going to go deeper into the story because the story gets weird with me. After I met this guy in person, I mean, he was texting me all kinds of stuff. When I did pay him, I paid him via Cash App. But at first, he requested that I pay Miss Yolanda McMullen, his sister, through Zelle. I wasn't comfortable with doing that. Later on to find out that Yolanda McMullen Ward is not his sister, it's his wife. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure if she was living in that house, they both were living in that house together. So she knows what's going on. And I hope her church knows what's going on too. Yes, I want to bring awareness to this situation. I'm going to get deeper into details because it got to the point where he started sending me pictures of himself, started sharing what I believe to be false information about his personal life. And I kind of remained cordial for the sake of my safety and him having our information, addresses, etc. But I'm going to get more into that into part 2. Please like, share, and get this word out here. Yeah, like, I'm just still completely in shock and completely numb. But I'm going to come back with more details in part 2.